Hey everybody, welcome back. You've been following the Singapore property market. You would have heard about Thomson Reserve, the new launch being developed on the former Thomson View condominium site at Bright Hill Drive in Upper Thomson. Let me give you the hard numbers first. Thomson Reserve sits at Bright Hill Drive, District 20. Land area approximately 504,000 to 540,000 square feet, a 5-hectare site. In less scarce Singapore, that's generally rare for a private residential development outside the core central region. Total amount of units is 1,240, tenure 99-year lease, fresh from 2025. Expected TOP is around 2030 to 2032. Okay, it's subject to approvals, yeah? Show flat preview is targeted at Q3 this year of 2026, which is why right now is the right time to understand this project before the crowd arrives. The en bloc went through for 810 million in October 2024, making the largest collective sale approved in Singapore since Chuan Park in 2023. Three SGX listed blue chip developers UOL Group, Singland and Capital Land Development committed 810 million to this site. That is not casual debt. That is a strong vote of confidence in District 20 and Upper Thomson as a location. Let's talk about the units. Thomson Reserve is expected to deliver 1,240 homes across a full bedroom spectrum of 1 bedroom all the way to 5 bedroom premium apartments and penthouses. Official floor plans have not been released yet, but based on the developer indications and the scale of this project, here is what we can reasonably expect. Alright, for the 1 bedroom and 1 bedroom plus study units will likely start from 500 to 620 square feet. These are the entry-level ticket targeted at singles, couples, and investors who want District 20 address without a large capital outlay. 2 bedrooms probably will be anywhere from 650 to 850 square feet. These are typically the most popular unit type in any large development. These work for couples, small families, and investors looking for a balance between rentability and price quantum, that sweet spot. 3 bedrooms, now pay attention, and this is one of the ones I'd be watching for the launch, likely to be 900 to 1,200 square feet footage. For this location with Itong School within 1 click, CHIJ St. Nicholas and Catholic High within 2 kilometers, the 3-bedder is going to be probably the most hotly contested unit on launch day because families will definitely queue up for this. Okay, 4 bedrooms, probably 1,003 to 1,600 square feet and above. These are your right sizes. We'll come back to this for this buyer profile in chapter 2. And on top of that, the last stack is the 5-bedroom premium apartments and penthouses. These are with reservoir views, private lifts, and that just a prestigious address. These will command a higher PSF and attract buyers who want extra layer of exclusivity with a large, well-facilitated development. All right. So here you have it. These are what to expect in terms of floor plan layouts. All right. Moving on. This is important on the facility side. Because this is a 5-hectare site, the developer has room to give genuine resort style living. Multiple swimming pools, a full gymnasium, function rooms, outdoor barbecue pits, sky gardens, wellness pavilions. This is not a project where the pool is just sandwiched between 2 towers. This is not. This is real space to breathe, all right, with the greenery and the quietness. Smart home technology is also built in as a standard. Digital controls, lighting, automation, security systems. And the towers facing the McRitchie Reservoir will offer panoramic greenery views that you simply cannot replicate at a smaller site. Here's the other point that I want to make. Listen closely. 1,240 units creates its own community. This is not a boutique 80-unit project. There will be organic social life here. Residents in the pool, kids playing in the playgrounds, a proper sense of estate living. That matters for lifestyle, and it matters for resale liquidity too. A large, vibrant development transacts regularly. More on that in chapter 4. Basically, it is transaction volume, which is very good. Also important, location. This is where Thomson Reserve punches above its weight. You got 3 MRT stations within walking distance. You got the Upper Thomson MRT on the Thomson East Coast Line, Bright Hill MRT, which will become a Cross Island Line interchange, and Marymount MRT on the Circle Line. 3 lines, no transfers needed to reach Orchard, Marina Bay or Gardens by the Bay. Dhoby Ghaut and City Hall are about 7 to 8 stops away from the MRT. For drivers, the CTE and the PIE are both accessible, and Lornie Highway gives you a direct arterial route into the city. McRitchie Reservoir is basically your backyard. Hiking trails, nature walks, clean air, low density. That is the lifestyle you cannot replicate in the core central region at this price point, okay? For families, this is the real structural advantage. Within 1 kilometer, you have Ai Tong School, one of the most sought after primary schools in Singapore. Being within 1 kilometer primary, 1 registration priority zone is a meaningful, tangible benefit that parents will pay a premium for. Within 2 kilometers, CHIJ St. Nicholas Girls and Catholic High, the 3 top schools in the catchment zone. That is a structural demand driver that doesn't go away regardless of market cycles. Alright, here's the buyer pool. And the surrounding neighborhood creates a very specific, very deep buyer pool. You've got established landed estates all around, okay? Bradle Heights, the Upper Thomson Road landed cluster, Thomson area bungalows. These are the homeowners with significant equity who are looking to right size as their children grow up. They want condo convenience, condo facilities, zero maintenance, but they don't want to move far away from the community that they lived for in 20 years. And to add to that, the HDB upgraders from Ang Mo Kio, Bishan, and the surrounding matured estates, and retirees from the broader Thomson area. This buyer pool is deep, it's well capitalized, and it's not going anywhere. These people want to live here. That's the foundation of long-term price support. Alright, so you're wondering who should buy here. Let me be direct with you. Thomson Reserve is not primarily a rental income play. If your goal is a high gross yield driven by expat tenants near the CBD office cluster, this is not that. There's no dense commercial hub here pulling in thousands of corporate tenants. There's not. But if you're looking for own stay and for long-term capital appreciation in a low-density, school-proximate, green corridor location, this is exactly the kind of project you should be looking at. Think of it like Springleaf, another 99-year project in a similar quiet nature-adjacent corridor. The buyers who did well there weren't chasing rental yield. They were families who saw long-term picture, moved in and let the area grow around them. Okay, on unit selection, if you have the budget, lean larger. 3-bedders and above. Family demand at this location will sustain resale value better on the larger units over the long run. But there is also genuine demand for retirees and right sizes in the area for a well-designed 2- and 3-bedder. A compact, well-laid-out unit in a project like this can be very sticky. People move in and they stay. The stickiness is good for resale value. Now this is the section I know you've been waiting for. Let's look at what the surrounding condos have actually done in terms of capital appreciation, because the area's track record tells us the story better than any prediction I can make. First, I want to be very specific about the comparisons that I studied. When I look at the 99-year leasehold condos in this corridor, the land size difference is immediately striking. Thomson Reserve site is significantly larger than all 3 comparable 99-year projects nearby. Thomson Impressions, 311, Thomson V2, that matters, and I'll explain exactly why in a moment. A larger site means more units. More units means healthier transaction volume in the resale market. And here's the point. Healthy transaction volume is what makes a condo liquid and what makes price discovery possible. If a condo has 80 to 90 units and nobody transacts for 2 years, price discovery freezes. You have no comparables, buyers don't know what to offer, sellers don't know what to ask. But a large development with 400, 500, 600 units, transactions happen regularly. Buyers and sellers can reference recent deals. The market stays alive. Look at Thomson Impressions, 392 total recorded transactions. Deals happen consistently there. Compare that to 311 at only 94 transactions. Thomson Reserve with 1,240 units is going to sit at the top of its bracket for the entire Upper Thomson corridor. That is a structural liquidity advantage. And it's not just about liquidity. Bigger sites, more units means a larger community, a more vibrant estate, more neighbors in the pool, more activities at the clubhouse, more life in the development for an own buyer stay experience, especially that matters. Let me walk you through the data, starting with the freehold projects as the long-run benchmark. Flame Tree Park. Freehold February 1995 to March 2026, PSF went from $548 to $1,969. That's a gain of $1,421 PSF, or 259% over 30 years. The Windsor freehold, same start period, PSF has risen from 595 to 1616. 1,021 PSF gain, 171.6%. Country Grandeur freehold, 686 PSF to 1,779 PSF, 159% appreciation. Average transacted price today is 1.22 million. Now the 99-year leasehold comparables. This is the more relevant benchmark for a new Thomson Reserve buyer. Thomson V2, 99-year, bought at 892 PSF in 2007, trading at 1,674 PSF by 2025. An 87.67 gain over 18 years in a leasehold project in this very corridor. 311 and Thomson Impressions, both recently launched, 31 to 33% gain over 10 to 13 years. Steady, consistent appreciation in a market that hasn't had really major catalysts yet. Here's the key takeaway. The freehold projects has already delivered 159 to 259% over 30 years. That's long game benchmark for this area. The 99-year project are tracking in the right direction and they haven't had their full run yet. The surrounding price context for the comparable condos is already well above 1,500 to 2,100 PSF in the resale market today. Now the question everyone wants answered, what PSF will Thomson Reserve launch at? I'm not going to give you a specific number because the honest truth is a lot depends on the developer finalizing pricing, what their land cost works out to after all charges, and what the broader market is doing at the time of launch, which could be 2026, could push into 2027. So these things move. But what I can tell you is this, the developer land cost alone already is 1,178 PSF per plot ratio. Factor in construction costs, marketing, financing, and the developer's margin, and you are not launching anywhere near 1,005 PSF, okay? That number is not in the conversation of a brand new UOL, Singland, and Capital Land product. The newer 99-year condos in this corridor are already transacting at 1,007 to 2,001 PSF in the resale market. 311 has already crossed 2,159 PSF in the resale, and that's a 2013 project with some lease aging already priced in. Brand new replacement project, fresh 99-year lease, full resort facilities, 3 blue chip developers on one of the largest sites in the corridor is going to carry a significant launch premium over the resale market. We're looking at a launch price that's realistically closer to maybe 2,500 PSF range. That's where the conversation is based on everything the surrounding market data is telling us. And in a strong market, pushing beyond that is not out of the question either. Okay, I want to be clear, I'm not promising a number. Developers price based on their cost base and their read on demand. But if you're doing your planning, if you're right sizing your budget, the 2,500 PSF neighborhood is the right reference point to be working with. Alright, I promise I'd be honest with you. So here's the part of the video where I tell you why I might personally hesitate on Thomson Reserve, because every property has its weaknesses and you deserve to hear them clearly before I give you my overall view. Con number 1, This is not a rental income powerhouse. Upper Thomson is in a residential enclave. It is not Tanjong Pagar, it is not One North, it is not Jurong East. There's no dense cluster of MNC offices pulling in thousands of expat tenants who need to live within walking distance of work. If your primary goal is to achieve a 3.5 to 4% gross yield from day one, this project is probably not going to deliver that for you. The rental story here is domestic. Families, upgraders, right sizes, that's a softer rental demand profile than a project near a business hub. Con number 2, it is not close to the city. Upper Thomson is a 20 to 25 minute drive to the CBD on a good day. If you want to walk out of your door and be in Orchard Road in 5 minutes or hop on a bus to Raffles Place in 10, this isn't that address. Buyers who want the buzz and the pace of city living will find better options closer in. So those are my honest reservations. Softer rental profile, not a city living address. I'm not going to dress those up. But here's why those two cons don't actually kill the case for Thomson Reserve. And this is a nuance that I think a lot of people miss. Singapore's property market, right, has two very distinct buyer profiles. There's the investor buyer who wants yield, liquidity, and centrality. And then there's a family owner occupied who wants space, greenery, good schools, community, and long-term capital stability. Thomson Reserve was never trying to win the first group. It is built by design and location for the second group. And the second group, families upgrading from HDB, landed homeowners right-sizing after 20 years, parents chasing ITONG and CHIJ registration zones, is enormous. It is well capitalized and it is not going away. The freehold condos around here, Flame Tree Park, the Windsor, have been appreciating for 30 years precisely because the buyer pool is consistent and deep. The 99-year leasehold condos are tracking in the same path. You don't need expat tenants or CBD proximity to generate long-term capital appreciation. You need the right community, the right schools, the right land size, and the right entry timing. On all four of those criteria, Thomson Reserve, in my advice, is well positioned. That's my full breakdown on Thomson Reserve. So if you're seriously considering in the Q3 of 2026 show flat preview, or if you own a property in the Upper Thomson area and want to understand what this new launch means for your assets value, reach out to me directly. I'll do a personalized analysis for your specific situation, no obligation. The show flat preview is Q3 2026. That is not far away. If you want early information on pricing, floor plans, and VIP preview access, register your interest now. The link is in the description below. If this video was useful, hit subscribe. I cover Singapore data every week with real numbers, not just headlines. Drop a comment below. Are you watching Thomson Reserve? Are you considering it? I'll read every single comment. Until next time, make informed decisions and I'll see you in the next one. God bless.